If you're thinking about buying an RV, or you just bought an RV, or maybe you already own an RV, you're going to want to stick around for this episode because I'm going to share with you today the 5 essential items that I believe every RV owner needs. All of that on today's episode of Travels with Delaney. Hey everybody, I'm Patrick from Travels with Delaney, and today I just want to share with you 5 items that I believe that every RVer needs before they hit the road. Sometimes a new RV will come with a starter kit, but a lot of times the items that are in that are just not that good, and so you're going to probably want to go out and buy new accessories. At the same time though, you don't want to be buying a bunch of stuff that you don't really need. When you travel in an 18-foot RV like we do, space is a premium, and so I only carry things with me that are of the right size and the right weight for what we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and get started. Now these are in no particular order, but these are 5 things that I truly believe are essential, at least for us, and I believe they're going to be essential for you. The first one is you're going to need a sewer hose. You have to have a way to drain your black or gray tanks if you're going to be using them in your trailer, motorhome, RV, whatever. This is the one I purchased. This is one by Rhino-Flex, and what I really like about it is it's really tough. It's withstood, we're through 2 seasons with it, and it's still showing no signs of leaks or anything like that. There are cheaper ones out there, but I love this because number one, I bought it as a kit. This is a 15-foot Rhino-Flex. You can also get these in 20-foot, and then you can also get extenders where if you want to make this longer, you could get, say, another 10-foot section. We found with an 18-foot camper, 15 feet, I can get the camper close enough to all the hookups that a 15-foot sewer hose works fine. However, when we had our 35-foot fifth wheel, I ended up having to carry 2 sewer hoses because with large trailers, sometimes you can't always get your hookups close to where they need to be. What I really like about this, besides the fact that it's heavy duty, is both ends come with caps. So when I'm done using it, I can put these caps back on, and that actually just seals it up, and I don't have to worry about things leaking out. The other thing I like is on the drain end, it's not clear, but it's clear enough or opaque enough that I can see what's coming out. Now, you could buy a clear connector, and some people will do that so they can actually see if anything's coming out, but with the Rhino-Flex, I'm able to see enough of it that I know what's going on with my sewer systems. The kit also comes with the adapter that goes in the ground, and apparently I'm just going to throw it around. What I really like about it is when you attach this, after you screw it into the sewer connection, this will actually attach, so you don't have to worry about it coming out on you while you're doing your dump. All right, that's first on my list. Second on my list also deals with liquids, this time fresh water. You're going to need to get yourself a good hose. Now, I'm using a 25-foot Camco drinking water hose that I purchased on Amazon. Again, we can get really close with this 18-foot trailer. When we were in a larger rig, then I would carry at least 2 of these, or I would carry a 50-footer. But for this particular rig, 25-foot works really well. The key is when you're picking out a hose, you want to get one good enough that it's not going to be kinking and blocking water flow. Number 2 is you want to make sure it's for drinking water. That doesn't mean you have to spend a fortune. I believe this 25-foot was only like $10 through Amazon. In addition to the hose, you may want to consider a few other items. Now, we just started using one of these about a year ago, and that's just a simple filter for water. In our fifth wheel, we had a built-in water filtration system, but now that we don't, we just picked one of these up actually at Walmart, and we replace it. We'll probably replace it every year. But if you're worried about the water that's coming into your rig because you don't know what you're plugging into, this is just an extra precaution. Now, I can tell you we don't actually drink water coming from this. We always carry our own bottled water for drinking purposes. So this is just extra precaution. Mainly we use our water for things like showers and doing dishes. A must-have, in my opinion, along with the hose, is this little piece right here, and it's a water pressure regulator. Some parks, their water may be so powerful that you don't want to take a chance on blowing out one of your lines. Now, most new trailers are built with PEX, and it can really expand. I don't think you have to worry about it. But there's still places where PEX is jointed together, or water hoses in there that are the screw-on kind that I just don't want to run the risk of. So for under $10, you can get yourself a water pressure regulator, and I just leave that plugged in at all times. And then finally, and this is not a must, and I know I'm still on number 2 and I'm throwing at you several products, but I said I was going to keep it to 5. I did end up buying this little L, and this is just so when I plug into the trailer, as opposed to having the hose like this and then all that weight pulling, this way I can plug straight into the trailer and then the hose is hanging down, a little bit less pressure. Don't necessarily need this. It was just something, it's cheap, under $5, and it may save the plug on your trailer. All right, that's number 2. Number 3, a 30 amp to 20 amp adapter. Now, why do you need one of these? Well, if you're like me and you want to plug your trailer in here at home, I don't have a 30 amp hookup. So first off, I can take my 30 amp cord from the trailer, plug it into this, and then plug this into an outlet on the outside of my house. The other thing is, sometimes you do find campgrounds that are not modernized and they don't have 30 amp hookups. This is going to allow you to still have shore power on your trailer. These come in different shapes and sizes. I've seen them where it's just an actual plug that plugs in. I like this one because it gives me a little extra length. Okay? And I picked this up at Harbor Freight, and I want to say it was around $8. So you're definitely going to need this. You can also get all sorts of adapters. For instance, here's one. This actually converts a 50 amp plug to a 30 amp plug. Our seasonal lot in Florida when we arrived a few years ago only had a 50 amp hookup on it, and so I had to run to Walmart and pick this up so that I could plug in my 30 amp trailer. Now, I'm not going to carry this because that's the only park I've ever been in that had only a 50 amp hookup, where it didn't have either a 30 or a 20 with it. But just so you know, if you have a 50 amp trailer and you're worried the park won't have a 50 amp service, then you're going to probably want to get a 50 to 30. And again, probably $10 or less. This guy honestly would not have made my top 5 list 2 years ago. Heck, probably wouldn't have made my top 5 list a year ago at this time. But what this is a surge protector. Plugs into the box at the campground that you're staying at, and then you plug your trailer cord into it. Now, the reason it wouldn't have made my top 5 list is, honestly, we've been doing this for, I don't know, close to 15 years and never used one. But less than a year ago, our Florida trailer, which was parked on a seasonal lot, when we were not there, was struck by lightning. Ended up causing me to have to replace the converter, a couple $100 repair doing it myself. So I immediately went out and bought one for the Florida trailer, and now I carry one for the Tab. This one does a couple things. Number one, when I plug it in at the campground, it's going to give me a light that tells me that the campground wiring is acceptable. And I always plug this in now first, and then once I get that go-ahead, then I plug my trailer in, and then it acts as a surge protector. Now, these come in different price points. This particular one was $105. It has the cover so that when you close it, it's going to protect it from water. But I've seen these that will do a lot more, where they somehow internally monitor all of your electronics and your TVs and things like that. Those tend to run $200 to $300. But I'm telling you, after replacing a converter on the Florida trailer, the $100 investment on this is well worth it, if for no other reason. In case you have lightning and your trailer would get struck by lightning, it's going to save you money. And finally, number 5, you're going to need a leveling system. Now, for years, I used the traditional orange blocks. Those are the ones where you buy, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them, and then you begin stacking them up, and I'll show you here on a close-up. But right now, the Tab is actually on some because I'm backed into an area that's really unlevel, and I needed them on both sides. But normally, when we're out camping, we don't need to level both sides. We're only leveling one side. And so this is one of my favorites that I just found last year. It's the Anderson leveling system. And when you're a single axle like Carl is, I only need one of these. And this is going to do 2 things. One, it's going to act as my leveler. And 2, It's going to act as my wheel chuck. So it's 2 pieces that come for one price, around $40. Now, if you do have a dual axle trailer, don't worry. You just need to purchase 2 of these. But what I literally do is when I get close to where I want to back up or park the trailer, I will see which side needs to be raised. I set this underneath the tire, and then as I back my trailer on, it begins to rock. And when we get to level, we bring this piece in and we slide it in to lock it into place. And hence you have a leveling system and wheel chuck all in one. And so this is the Anderson leveling system, and this is my 5th favorite essential item for RVers. Oh, did I say 5? Well, actually I have a bonus one for you today. If you don't have automatic stabilizers, and a lot of trailers don't these days, then you end up getting out that long handle and you crank them down or you crank them up. Not me. I bring the cordless drill. And so for under $5, you can buy this. It goes into your cordless drill. It's just a socket. And now we can put the jack stands down very quickly, and we can put them up very quickly. And so that's my bonus accessory for you. Spend the $5 and carry your drill with you, and it'll save you from cranking by hand. The only time I've had to crank by hand anymore is either the battery has died on me and I didn't bring a backup, or we were getting up really early in the morning, or we're getting in really late and I didn't want to wake the neighbors up, and so I got the hand crank out to be respectful of other campers. All right, so those are my 5 things that I think every RVer is going to need before they hit the road. I'm sure there's lots of other things that we use, but to me, those would be the essential ones that you're going to want to start looking for. Amazon is a great place, and in fact, I'm going to put links down below for you in this video's description, so you can click on all the links for the products that I've shown you. And if you go ahead and order through those links, you actually end up supporting our channel. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share them. I try to respond to all comments fairly quickly, or as quickly as I can. And if you liked what you're seeing and you're not subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell so you get all of the notifications when we put out a new video, which we do every Monday. So until next time, we'll see everybody on down the road. Good night.